America has seen political storms before, but nothing, absolutely nothing, like this. The Supreme Court has released a ruling so powerful, so controversial, so unexpected that it has shaken the entire country to its core. Cable news can't keep up. Social media is in flames. Politicians are scrambling, and millions of Americans are asking the same question. What happens now? But in the middle of this chaos, one man is watching the fallout from a very different angle. Not a politician, not a pundit, not a commentator. A man of numbers. A man who reads chaos like others read books. A man who has outlasted presidents, recessions, and market crashes. Warren Buffett. And his reaction might be the most chilling warning of all. Tonight, we break down what this Supreme Court decision truly means, not just for politics, but for the financial future of the United States. The ruling had been expected for months. People debated. Legal experts predicted. Commentators shouted across screens. But when the final decision came down, it hit the nation like lightning. It wasn't just about Trump. It wasn't just about one case. It was about power, authority, precedent, the balance between law and leadership. For millions, it was a victory. For millions more, a defeat. But for everyone, it was a shock. And markets hate shocks. Within minutes, futures dipped. Uncertainty spread. Investors pulled back. Everyone waited for the reaction of one man who understands fear better than anyone: Buffett. Most people see the Supreme Court as the highest legal authority. Buffett sees it differently. He sees it as a signal, a reflection of national stability, a thermometer for risk. Every major Supreme Court ruling creates ripples across businesses, across states, across the national mood. And Buffett knows the truth. America's economy runs on confidence. Shake that confidence, and the dominoes start to fall. He's lived through these shocks before: Watergate, Bush v. Gore, the Trump impeachments. Each time, markets trembled. But this time, the tremble feels stronger. Buffett isn't reacting to politics. He's reacting to uncertainty, the deadliest enemy of markets. A Supreme Court decision should bring clarity, but this one opened more questions than answers. Half the nation celebrated. Half the nation felt betrayed. And the one thing both sides share is anxiety. States preparing lawsuits. Politicians preparing speeches. Protesters preparing marches. A country split down the middle is a country drifting into volatility. Buffett sees this split like a fracture in steel. The more pressure applied, the deeper it gets. And markets can't grow when the ground beneath them is shaking. Political chaos casts long shadows, especially on money. Investors become cautious. Businesses delay decisions. Foreign markets lose trust. Consumers tighten their wallets. Every major political shock reduces spending and increases fear. Buffett knows this pattern. He's studied it for over 70 years. But this time, the shadow feels heavier. Because America isn't just facing political division. It's facing inflation, high interest rates, mountains of debt, and global uncertainty. Add a Supreme Court crisis to that cocktail, and the room becomes explosive. Love him or hate him, Trump's influence on the nation is undeniable. A Supreme Court decision involving him doesn't just affect one man. It sends tremors across his supporters, his opponents, and the political map of the United States. For businesses connected to him, it creates instability. For industries tied to his policies, it creates unpredictability. For markets sensitive to political risk, it creates fear. Buffett doesn't react emotionally. He reacts mathematically. And politically charged uncertainty is the worst kind of uncertainty. People expected Buffett to speak, to reassure the markets, to give investors direction. But he didn't. He stayed quiet. And Buffett's silence is louder than anyone's speech. When he's confident, he speaks. When he sees opportunity, he buys. When he sees stability, he invests. When he sees danger, he waits. And right now, Buffett is waiting, watching, listening, like a general studying the battlefield before making his first move. Buffett's biggest advantage isn't his intelligence, it's his patience. He doesn't predict chaos, he prepares for it. And his preparation is simple: cash, more cash, and even more cash. While others gamble, Buffett hoards liquidity. Because chaos creates opportunity. And a country shaken by a Supreme Court decision is a country about to face economic uncertainty. He's seen this before. He's survived this before. And he knows exactly what comes next. The world is watching America, not just its politics, but its stability. A Supreme Court shock doesn't stay inside U.S. borders. Foreign investors panic. Global markets hesitate. Allies question direction. Competitors sense weakness. America's economy is the heart of the world. When its rhythm changes, everyone feels it. Buffett understands global pressure better than anyone. And when global trust weakens, markets follow. Buffett doesn't tell people how to vote. He doesn't tell people which side to choose. He tells them one thing: be ready. Political storms come and go, but financial resilience lasts forever. His message is simple: don't chase hype. Don't follow emotion. Don't react to panic. Stay disciplined, stay patient, stay rational. Because chaos always creates winners and losers. Buffett plans to be a winner. The question is, will you? So what happens next? The ruling is done. The shockwaves are spreading. The country is trembling. Markets are on edge. No one knows how this ends. Not Trump, not politicians, not pundits. But one thing is clear. This decision will shape America's future. And Warren Buffett is preparing for whatever comes next. He's seen storms like this. He's profited from storms like this. And he knows the truth. When the nation is divided, when fear rises, when uncertainty rules, opportunity follows. The Supreme Court has spoken. The country reacts. The markets shake. And Buffett waits for the moment to strike. Because history doesn't belong to those who panic. It belongs to those who prepare.